Welcome to my kitchen. Today, we're going to do gravy, or tomato sauce. I've known as gravy all my life. When I say gravy, that's what I mean. Tomato sauce. It's got meat in it, not meat in it, whatever. If it's for chicken or turkey, it's going to be chicken gravy, turkey gravy. And if it's for beef, it's brown gravy. But when I say just gravy, it is tomato sauce. The tomato sauce I make, there is meat in it. I use a 12-quart pot. That way I can bottle it, 3 different size bottles. That way later on, I can use them whenever, and they last for quite some time. I don't have to keep on making it. The tomatoes I use are San Marzano. The brand I get is Cento. They're canned. I've used Cento for years and years, so I just don't fix what's not broke. They are organic. The San Marzano tomato is a higher quality tomato. They're plum tomatoes, they're Roma tomatoes, but they're a higher quality tomato. The tomato paste I use is again organic, it's Cento. I put in minced garlic, approximately 2 cups, and I soak it in extra virgin olive oil overnight. Bay leaf, I use organic bay leaf. There's a few types of bay leaf you can use. The California bay leaf, which gives a much stronger aroma, but I like to go organic whenever possible. The beef is a chuck roll that I use. You can use really use any beef. Chuck roll, you can use a top sirloin, bottom sirloin, whatever. I've got 5 pounds there. I've cut it up already. I've vacuum packed it, I've freezed it. I've already thawed it out for today. Unsalted butter, 1 stick. I try not to use much salt in anything that I do. People say, well, it does bring out the taste. It does a little bit, but it also brings up blood pressure, so forth and so on. The onion I use is sweet onion. If you can get medallion onion, if it's that time of year, great, do it. It just adds to the flavor. If not, get a sweet onion. Basil, fresh basil I use. Get that in any grocery store. Fresh parsley, I mince that up. And what else am I forgetting? I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Okay, great. All right, we shall begin. The first thing we're going to do is cut up the onion. I'm going to saute the onion so that it caramelizes, and I'm going to add the garlic to it so that we can cook the garlic, and we'll go from there. I repositioned the camera so you can see pretty much what I'm doing. We're going to go ahead and do it this way. So that way, you get a good picture of what's going on. I'm going to heat that pot up a little bit. Once that pot gets heated up enough, I'll put some oil in it. Now that might be good. Yeah. And like I said, we began. You're not cooking the meat all the way through. You just want to braise the outside of it. It'll cook in the gravy. And let's do this. There we go. That may help a little bit. And just change containers. Yeah, that's right. The braising is almost done. And that's looking about good. Let's turn that off for a moment. Okay. We'll put this aside. We'll take the butter. I'm going to throw the butter in there so we can go to cook the onions. The reason why I take it off the heat, I don't want to burn whatever meat remnants is in the pot. I don't want a burnt taste. Next thing is the onions. Gonna heat down a little bit. Throw a lid on it. Let that cook up for a moment. When they're almost done, I'll throw the garlic in. Oh yeah. This is a little time consuming, but it is worth it. All right. Garlic. The garlic and the olive oil. And don't forget, extra virgin olive oil. Let's turn this up a little bit. You can hear that oil boiling. I always wonder if I'm going to break that glass tapping on that pot. Then the tomato paste. I use a whole tube. Now the tomato paste, you know, when that's done, as it changes color. It doesn't take long at all. It will stick if you don't keep turning it. And that's what she should look like. And I'm going to go ahead and throw the beef in. I'm shutting the heat off because I don't want anything to burn while we're breaking up the tomatoes. Okay. Time for the tomatoes to break up. Okay. I'm gonna get that boiling. Let's go ahead and mix this up a little bit. And as you can see, some of the tomatoes are fairly chunky. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the basil and the parsley on in. And also bay leaf. Well, the bay leaf, I usually throw about one good sized leaf or so per can. That's a little one. So we'll throw, there we go. And then we're gonna push all this down in there. It already smells good. While the gravy is cooking, we got the water boiling, the water trying to boil. It's going to be a little while for that. Hopefully I have enough bubbles. I didn't think to count them. Sometimes along the way, I end up losing bottles here and there. Either I give some to friends or whatever. I already made gravy. Or I use them for actually sugar or something like that. Let's see. That'll be a while. And that can go up a little bit in temperature. Periodically stir it, because if you don't, even though you don't have the heat real high, the bottom will start sticking a little bit. I like to put the lid on for a while, because you take the lid off, a lot of heat leaves. And it takes longer for it to get boiling the way it needs to be. You don't want a high boil. More or less want to simmer. And you see it's boiling nicely. I can actually lower the temperature a little bit. And we're going to put this over here. And turn that on. So that goes ahead and boils for the lids. Everything has to come to a boil in order to bottle them. Little flat lids need to come to a boil. The jars need to come to a boil. The gravy needs to come to a boil. Everything comes to a boil. Easiest way to do the lids, have the lids facing down. So that way when you use your little magnet to grab them, you have something to grab to. You don't want anything touching the inside of the lid before you put it on the bottle after the gravy's in it, because you don't want to contaminate anything. How are we doing here? You want to scrape the bottom real good. If you don't, things will start sticking even though everything's on low. The color of the tomatoes are changing just a little bit, so they're on their way. All right, let's see what's going on. We got the lid's boiling. We lowered the temperature on that. We don't have to have a fast boil. They've been boiling for a little while now. Oh yes. And the gravy is simmering very well. And just as I said, it's going to raise in height in the pot because of the heat. It's expanding. If I put another can in there, it'd be all over the stove. We don't want it all over the stove. That's looking pretty good. The reason why I use bay leaf in this is to help break the acid. A lot of folks use sugar. I won't use sugar. You're changing the taste drastically. And sugar doesn't always cut the acid. I found bay leaf to work very well. And also, if you have guests over who might be diabetic, you don't want to feed them sugar. That's for sure. Well, let's see. There it is. Yeah, that's good. Don't need that cover anymore. For a little while anyway. Unless I have to throw some more in there and get it boiling. Let's see here. Let me try that gravy and see if it's done. As you see, when I scrape the bottom, it's not sticking to the spoon. Like I said, you don't want it to burn. Nobody wants that little burning taste. I need a fork. Glad the dishwasher's clean. Very good. Could be cooked a little bit longer. That's what I did. But it's very good. Yep, a little bit longer. Not quite ready yet. Well, let's see here. I was mentioning the lids before with the magnet. The way you do that is you're going to grab a lid like so and put it on the jar. Put the cap on. And if you don't have the jar too full, like just about touching the lid, you're going to probably hear a pop. Well, that means that the vacuum has been created and she's good to go. Just tighten that lid down as good as you can, and you can store it in the cabinet for a long time. I don't know what the maximum time is because I've never had the gravy that long. Usually I've eaten it before it can ever go bad. We're going to lower the temperature of the jars just a little bit because we're not going to use it just yet. That gravy has to cook just a little bit longer. And then we're going to fill the small jars, because I use those for pizza. One jar is just enough. It's half a pint. So it's just enough for a 16-inch pizza. Okay, let's get to it. We're going to go ahead and bottle the gravy for the pizzas first, because you don't want to overcook that, because it's going to be in the oven and it's going to cook all over again. Whoop-oh. Uh-oh. Like I said, it expands. Let's get this out of the way. Don't believe I need the lid anymore. Oh yeah, that looks good. All right. Let's get this out of the way for now. I will need this later on again. All right. And here we go. Let's mix up the now, doing the bottling for the pizza, you don't really want to get chunks of meat in there. So you have to be careful just to get the gravy. I just want to make sure I'm ready for it all. Because once I start bottling, I can't mess it up. First things first. I want to dip this in the boiling water here. That's good. Off, on, and lid. These right here. That way, here and pop. I try to get it just up to there, just up to the threads, or treads I should say, because you go too high and you're liable not to hear the pop. And I like hearing the pop. Even though you can see it where the little nipple sort of pushed down, you still want to hear, you still like to hear the pop, just to be sure. Okay. Makes sense, the last one is going to be trouble. Okay. Now, let's get some more of these bottles in there. some gravy to be ready for those pretty soon. That would be an issue. A little bit anyway. Yeah, should be right. Okay. Don't let all that boil. Hard to believe there's old bottles I have left. I don't think I'm gonna have enough. That's going to be annoying as to be. That is going to be very annoying. Yeah, that's going. Oh, there's only 2 in there. They're full of stuff of brown sugar. I've got 3 quarts here. I got well, might not. We'll see. That's all we can do. It is the best we can do. I've been busy. I forgot to pick up more bottles. There we go, another one. And you close it down a little more. why I start bottling early, because by the time you finish bottling, you spend a lot of time. Which means that gravy is cooking more and more. Let's drop the temperature on the gravy though. Yeah, it's still not sticking to the bottom. Good. And I want to add a little more water to that too, I believe. Throw some caps in there. This is time consuming to make the gravy and all, but it's worth it. That's the way, keep popping. Jeez. This is taking a while. And it's hot. It'll do its thing. Okay, let's move it here. That's boiling. Here we go again. Okay. That's all right. I got enough gravy for next week. It'll last in the refrigerator. Well, that took a little while. I thank you very much for watching. We've got almost 12 quarts, actually. Got 11 and a half. Some of it I had to put in the plastic containers I'll be using this week. The rest of it's out here. I have half a pint. There we go, another pop. I have a pint, I have a quart. And again, I thank you very much for watching, and eat well.